I went into family medicine because I like a little bit of everything. You know, I liked doing surgery in medical school, I liked working with kids, and I liked treating both acute things as well as chronic things like diabetes and hypertension. And so I kind of got all of that. It's like all-inclusive in family medicine.
Everything it encompasses in terms of community involvement, being in the hospital, seeing babies, to seeing people, great-grandparents. The way my brain works, doing something the same thing over and over and over would kind of bore me after time, but something like that is incredibly engaging, and that was kind of like my calling. That's what brought me here.
I chose family medicine because of the wide variety of things that you get to see, and also the continuity with patients. I love that you get to see patients over time and develop those relationships with them. So you never know what you're going to see every day, but you get to kind of build that with people.
Family practice to me is very important, and I really enjoy it mostly because I get to know people. You know, if people come into my office and I get to meet their parents, I get to meet their children, you know, husbands, wives, all their family members, and really get to know them.
Most of the role models I had growing up, I never really realized it until I made the decision, but they were all family docs. And they were people I looked up to. Yet when I went to med school, it wasn't really what I was thinking that I would do, but I ended up liking it all.
The family practice residency program within Tri-Health in Bethesda North is a real, you know, diamond in the rough. It produces terrific physicians, primary care physicians. It fosters a culture of continuous learning that enables us to deliver, you know, better care to our patients.
I've picked a spot right across the street from where I knew McDonald's wanted to have a spot, and I said, McDonald's does not make any mistakes when it comes to a flow of people. So we got a storefront above the Walgreens drugstore, which was directly across the street from where McDonald's wanted, and it went beautifully. I mean, we started having patients even before we opened the door.
When I first started, there were still 2x4s. The construction wasn't finished. We would occasionally go out to the parking lot and draw a patient's blood because we had people that had Coumadin checks weekly, and we didn't want them to have to get out of their cars and step over everything, so we just went to them.
Mo was my second hire, and Mo was the chairman of the Department of Family Medicine at Bethesda. And he was a supporter. He got behind me from the word go. And he came in one day, and as Mo would, very, very quietly said, I'd love to help you. If you would like to have me, I would love to help you. I said, can you bring some of your practice with you? He said, yes. He says, can I bring my nurse with me? I said, yes. And he said, okay.
The Bethesda Family Practice Center was just getting started in Norwood, and they needed an infusion of patients to help establish the practice. So my dad sold the practice to Bethesda, and this became a win-win for both parties.
We initially started our service by taking the unattached patients to the emergency room. Everybody that came in, we took. It's a little different now, just because the hospitalists are around too, and our service is busy with some of the other primary care attendings.
Dr. Webb was our attending, and rounded with us and did medicine rounds, and we had our inpatient service at Oak, and that was always fun and interesting to do medicine rounds with the team. We had behavioral health with us. That was Linda Hill, and she rounded with us during the week. And
it was a new program. There was a lot of energy and excitement about it, and the goal was to, create a better program, than what was out there. I think now I see the tremendous richness in the history of the program. To me personally, I think that means so much more. It really does. Chiefs and a lot of older residents and fellows mentoring younger residents, it's so powerful. And many times I wish I had had that growing up as, as a resident here through my training, because we didn't have that. But the pioneering spirit was really cool, and that was the best part of starting the program.
The things that stand out from the program, again, is a different culture of the residents we've had, the success of the residents going through the program, the family atmosphere of the program, the center, everybody working with us, all the ancillary medical personnel has gone through different stages, but it's very, very stable now. And the residents appreciate the staff appreciates the residents, and I've seen that, and there's a harmony now that has been expanding over the period of years that we really didn't see as much in the past. So I think that's a very appropriate thing.
We became a level 3 certified patient-centered medical home. We were one of the first residencies, if not the first, in Ohio. And we did that because we could call on resources from within the primary care infrastructure at TriHealth. And we were able to, with the efforts of John Sorsher and Linda Eastat, we were able to complete all of the documentation that we needed to become a patient-centered medical home. And that's something that wouldn't have happened if we hadn't reached out and if TriHealth couldn't have provided some of the resources. And we've learned from that experience, and I think that also helps us to give back to our organization.
So I think we have quite a few strengths. I think one thing is that we, for the most part, are unopposed at our hospital. We have a surgery residency and an OB residency, but we still get to manage those patients. And then I just think that our hospital service is a strong point still in our program with an asset like Dr. Webb and all of our other attendings that rotate through. And then another strong point is I think we have a great location for our office, kind of between all the major hospitals in the city, and we work with a great population. So those two things off the bat. But then the program in general, when you look at who's a part of it, our MAs are phenomenal, as our faculty and staff, and it's just a warm and inviting place, I think.
The program has grown dramatically, but I think the goal in general has always been relatively stable, and that being to produce high quality family physicians who care a lot, and the majority of which end up serving this community. And I think that's what we're most proud of, is that so many of our graduates now serve the people of this city. But certainly we have many all over the nation, and that's still our primary goal and will be 30 years from now.
I'm specifically proud of our Reach Out and Read program, and how we've been able to bring in the pediatric population and create an environment where we can really say that this is important. We want you to keep this in mind in terms of your overall wellness, and so literacy is really something that I think we've embraced because of Dr. Bider. Proud of the efforts with the Healthy Mobile Market and our efforts to improve the nutritional choices for our patients.
I think that was the biggest thing, just interviewing for residency and then getting here, was that a lot of people made you feel like you were just another person that they were going to have each year in their program, like a number. And here they were like, no matter what you've gone through, good or bad, like, we are starting at ground zero and we're going to help you get to where you want to be with your goals, which is to be a very competent and confident family physician.
It's an honor to the program to have residents who we've graduated want to come back and be a part of the program. And I think it's great that a lot of our faculty are former graduates. And it's a very interesting role to see them grow up and mature and increase their knowledge and increase their education. And I think that's really amazing in this program, and I'm not sure other programs have the same kind of retention and people wanting to join the faculty as we have.
So I think I've grown as a physician through this program mostly through confidence, and not so much self-confidence, but people instilling confidence in me that I do have a medical knowledge, that I can make decisions about patients, and then letting me do that and giving me the opportunity to do that.
The future is so bright right now. It's amazing. When you look at the energetic young faculty that we have, the tremendous support from administration, and how excited they are about keeping our graduates within Tri-Health, and the tremendous options that we have for growth here in the future. I don't know how you could be here and not be optimistic. Administration's been wonderful to us. Our family medicine centers, our fellowships, our faculty, they want us to succeed, and I think that's very evident, and I think that was evident 30 years ago, and I think it will continue to play a strong force.
The future probably also for family medicine involves providers that work under the physician, and our residents will need to do that. And we're doing that now. We have nurse practitioners that are working alongside the residents. We have behavioral health that has always been integrated at Bethesda Family Medicine. We've always had behavioral health available to our patients in our practice setting, and now we're integrating that into the Tri-Health practices. So I think that in many ways we've been cutting edge. I think we'll continue to do that, and I think that the future means more of that for us as a practice, and learning how to do that, learning how to apply it in other practice settings, teaching our residents so that they can go forward and do the same kinds of things, replicate those same kinds of models in other practices that they'll be part of.
I understand that in recent years we've been able to retain between 50 and 60% of our family practice residents who have finished the program. My personal hope and ambition is that we will get that up to 100%, because these are terrific doctors that will help us to better serve our community. And I think, as you know, primary care is really underserved within this community, and we need to expand access. And one of the ways that we expand access is through bringing new primary care physicians and family practitioners into our system.
Well, I rotated with Bethesda Family Practice as a med student, and I just really loved the people and the group that I got to work with. It just felt like a really good learning environment, so I chose that's where I wanted to spend my residency.
It was actually my first choice, so I was really happy that I was accepted here. Going to all the other places, this place just really seemed to actually shine, and the connections I had with the people almost immediately when I came here, the follow-up that they had with me, and kind of just, it really did feel like a home.
And then after I got to know the program and interviewed, I was really pretty much sold, and this was our #1 choice because we were very happy with everything the program had to offer, and all the people really is the main reason.
Almost half of every class, it seems like, have DOs. There's really no discrepancy between the two, so that was a big draw for me. In addition to that, they are very big into sports medicine, and I love sports medicine orthopedics, so that was a huge plus as I was looking at different programs.
It's really just an extremely friendly program. Most of our attendings here in the program actually went through as residents themselves. So everyone here really cares about the program, is really invested in it. And we've been around for a pretty long time, so we're really invested in the community and also within all of Tri-Health and all the specialists, and they all really know as well. So we get a great education, and at the same time, we really feel like it's our program and we're in control of it.
Our goal moving forward as a health system is to recruit between 50 and 100 new primary care physicians over the next several years, and a big part of those physicians will come, we hope, from our family practice residency program.